Saturday, and there's a place to sign up, and we'd like to know you're coming, but anyway, that's that. The talent show, 5 o'clock Saturday. And this coming weekend, why is this strange man roaming around? Oh, you're waiting for me to sit down, right? This coming weekend, our table conversations are going to be beginning. About 30 people have signed up for small groupings to meet once a week, meet once a month for a few weeks now and maybe a few in the fall, whenever they decide to meet. It's a way we get to know each other better. Table conversations. It's all set now, but there'll be new groupings in the near future, so I'm looking forward to that happening. And the other thing I wanted to say is we've been slow getting around to inviting people to become members, to sign the book. That's not what you're here for, Ken, is it? Because no, okay. So if anyone's wanting to be a member today, and I just haven't gotten around to it, we have a meeting following the service, our annual meeting. It won't be a long meeting, but at that meeting, we elect officers and we adopt the budget, and you have to be a member, meaning sign in. So is there anybody who hasn't had a chance to sign in who is just looking for that opportunity? I've got the book here. Good. Good. Now, what this means is you're a member, and basically you're expected to say yes whenever I ask you to do anything. Church means you do what you can. You certainly know that, former church administrator. And we're just glad you're a part of us. That's the main thing. Tell people who you are as you sign. And you can just put your name on here, and later you can come up and add your address and your routing number for your check. You start. Tell us who you are, Shari.
Hi, my name is Shari, please.
Oh, tell them to come over here so that I can use the microphone.
Oh, people can't hear you on the internet. I could shout. Hi, good morning. My name is Shari Louise. I'm 81, going on 82.
Well, we didn't ask you to divulge that.
What's terrific? I'm a certified health educator and teach people how to be younger. I'm a coach. And I've been with the Unitarian. Forget nothing, lady. I was wondering about that. It's not you. It's not you. Oh, no batteries. I'll talk about it. Anyway, I was a member of the Unitarian Church. I was married in one in San Rafael, California. That one didn't last. The church. I was married in one in North Palm Beach where I was the administrator. That one didn't last. And I've been with the Unitarian movement for, oh my word, 50 years. My goodness. Anyway, I'm still not working here. It's still not working. Not working. Anyway, I'm happy to be here. I really signed the book, signed up. My first Sunday. Woo! Works! And I joined the day I arrived because it felt so friendly and warming and like family. So this is why I'm here. And thank you for welcoming me.
Before you sit down, yes, sign the book. And I thought I might need some inducements to get people up here.
If it's not dark chocolate, I don't need it.
Come on over, you two, to this, the microphone. Where did it go? Oh, I've got the microphone. I'm okay. You have to talk close to it.
Close to it? I don't want to blast everybody. Good morning. My name is Florence Treacle. I'm at the age of consent. I raised 3 children. I'm a retired registered nurse, 40 years. In my retirement, I'm an artist, and I'm very active with the Martin County Democratic Party. And and Paul, my partner here, wanted to go to church Easter Sunday. And I used to belong to the Unitarian Church in New York. So I said, well, if we're going to go to church, it's not going to be just Easter Sunday. So here we are, and it's very warm and welcoming, and I'm glad we're joining the church. Thank you.
I am Paul Meneses, and I'm 63 years old. Young.
I could get people's routing numbers better than I could get that from a lot of people. But you go ahead.
And I have 4 beautiful daughters, already grown up. So. And I'm happy to be here.
Friends don't let friends go. Great. Let's welcome these newest members. Anybody else, candy or not? I'll take it. Ken, you have the mic.
Okay, back to the talent show. That's what I was up here for. Unfortunately, we just lost our lead actress because she discovered she has a different schedule that afternoon. So we need one person with a loud voice who can scurry a little bit. If anyone would care to volunteer, come see me.
Scurry or skip?
Scurry.
What size?
S-C-U, scurry. Scurry.
Where's one scurrying to?
During the brief skit we're doing for the talent show next Saturday, is it? Next Saturday.
Friday.
So, come see me over in the coffee area afterwards. Thank you.
Let's begin.
What an exciting morning. I think it's great. New members. So anyway, I'm back. I was here before. Good morning and welcome to the Treasure Coast Unitarian Universalist Congregation in Stuart, Florida. Today is April 7th, 2024. My name is Cindy Summers and I'm your worship associate today. We are a welcoming congregation. We welcome people of all gender identities, ethnicities, ages, and backgrounds. We are also on YouTube. To be put on our email list or to find out more information about us, please go to our website at tcuuc.org. Note the email link to request our online. Please silence your cell phones. Visitors, if you are comfortable, please step up to the microphone and introduce yourselves. Anybody? Okay. Please see the printed order of service and the newsletter for all events and details. Join us the first and third Tuesdays at Stuart Veterans Memorial Park downtown at noon for our brown bag lunch. And I think we've got all the announcements have been made, except for there's one more. On Sunday, May 5th, we are going to have a Bring a Friend to Church Sunday. So there's a sign up in the lobby if you want to sign up for that. Okay. And a big thanks for those who helped with the service, Jackie Robbins for our music, our greeter, Janet Grote, our ushers and tech elf, Karina Poloni, and our tech support, Rachel Valentino. Our hospitality team is Joanne Leone and Marguerite Gregory. We will have coffee and cookies in our social hall after the service. Our Reverend Bob MacDonald is in the pulpit today, and here is our prelude.
This is for Elijah, in case anybody knows who he is.
But it's not part of the prelude. And this is J.S. Bach.
Thank you, Jackie. And next we'll have our chalice lighting. It's on his way. Here he comes.
Can't you make some more announcements?
I was trying to figure another amount. Okay. Rise up, O flame, by thy light glowing. Show to us beauty, vision, and joy. Okay. Opening words. There is guidance for each of us, and by lowly listening, we shall hear the right word. Place yourself in the middle of the stream of power and wisdom which flows into your life. Then, without effort, you are impelled to truth and to contentment. Ralph Waldo Emerson. Stand if you like to sing hymn number 221, Light One Candle, 3 verses. 221.
May I say, this is a Hanukkah hymn. We aren't in Hanukkah, but the meaning is what I'm holding up, I hope, lighting a candle. Wait, could you start again?
Yes. You can start singing right away.
Do we start singing as soon as you start playing?
I'm trying to come off this thing because we couldn't get it through that. Yes.
You can see how coordinated we are. Thank you, Jackie.
We are technologically challenged. Okay. First note is, okay, good. You guys know it better than me. Only that. There we go.
Thank you all. You all earned some M&Ms. See me later.
Let us recite our affirmation, speaking the first verse and singing the second. Love is the spirit of this church, and service is its law. This is our great confidence, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in love, and to help one another.
The responsive reading is one that I use pretty often because I'm reminded of the need so often. 468, We Need One Another by George Odell. 468. We need one another when we mourn and would be comforted. We need one another when we are in trouble and afraid. We need one another when we are in despair, in temptation, and need to be recalled to our best selves again. We need one another when we would accomplish some great purpose and cannot do it alone. We need one another in the hour of success, when we look for someone to share our triumphs. We need one another in the hour of defeat, when with encouragement we must endure and stand again. We need one another when we come to die and would have gentle hands prepare us for the journey. All our lives we are in need, and others are in need of us. And an expression of that every week is our time of joys and sorrows and concerns. We invite you to come to the mic and share yours, and we hope as you do share yours, you will know that you are heard and supported. We ask that they be brief and personal and not, announcements. Yeah. You have heard that before. Who has a matter of joy or sorrow or concern to share? Yes.
Good morning. Scott Bloodhill. We've been with you much of the winter, and we've enjoyed our time with you. But we are snowbirds, and this is our last service of the season. So the joy is the time we've spent, and we look forward to spending more next season. And the sorrow is we'll be departing and won't see you again for a while. Thank you.
Glad you joined with us the times you did, and you know where to find us on YouTube.
Yes, we do.
What he said.
Oh, no.
I'm going on the auto train to Pennsylvania next Sunday.
David, save it for the talent show.
Anyway, it's been nice to be here this winter.
Stay well.
So we have you all going by boat, we have David going by train, and I'm up here to say something about an airplane. I have a joy and a sorrow. The joy was that we had our California son and his family here for the past week. It was our grandchildren's spring break, And our sorrow is that last night they got on a plane to fly back to Redondo Beach. So anyway, we're glad we had them with us for the past week.
Good.
I've got something to say about a car. So for the past the week that I've been with my father, well, half of the week, we've been spending some time together, and that includes a road trip that took about, it was an hour, wasn't it? Or more than an hour? Yeah, 2.5 hours. Just driving somewhere north. I don't even know where we were, but we found our way home eventually. A lot of gas was used in that. But we were blasting Pink Floyd out of the windows, so that part was great.
Anyone else? Fred?
Well, I want to talk about, I'm Fred Dembowski. I don't have a name tag because it's lost in my car someplace. But Bill was too modest to say it, but he got his second hole in one last week. Hey, Bill. And I have a joy that my lovely wife, Ronnie, finally forgave me for calling her my little filly last December. And yeah, it's true.
Thank you, Fred. Anyone else?
Hi, I'm Jackie Robbins, and I need to project because Fred will give me a talking to later if I don't. I have a joy, which is that I've been playing Norma, which is an opera, for the week, and I have an injury, but it isn't stopping me from. I have a big bruise. And I have a sorrow, which is that one of the people I'm closest to in the world has been diagnosed with dementia. So it's a rough time. Other than that, 2 thumbs up.
We always move a stone for those that we have in our minds and hearts that we don't say out loud. All of us have someone like that. Thank you. The meditation is from one of the sainted names of UU, William Henry Channing, in the back of the hymnal. To live content with small means, to seek elegance rather than luxury, and refinement rather than fashion, to be worthy, not respectable, and wealthy, not rich, to study hard, think quietly, talk gently, act frankly, to listen to stars and birds, to babes and sages with open heart, to bear all cheerfully, do all bravely, await occasions, hurry never, to let the spiritual, unbidden, and unconscious grow up through the common. This is to be my symphony. William Henry Channing. And now moments of silence. The hymn is number 123, Spirit of Life. I've recommended we stay seated, but you may stand if you need to. seated or standing. We hum it once, we sing it once. Spirit of Life. It's that time. We hope that everyone here experiences generosity. And you know, I have to say, we need yours. So my volunteer ushers, who may they be? Oh, okay, we have one, we have two. That's enough. Thank you. Things we say and almost mean. May I begin by saying this, which I absolutely mean. I am deeply grateful to Bill Falk, outgoing board president, Ronnie Dembowski, outgoing treasurer, and writer of some of my favorite checks, and Janet Rader, outgoing board vice president. You three have given beyond measure, and we, TCUUC, are better than afloat, better than hanging on, because of your efforts. I like to tell people that when I applied for this job the second time, spring of 2020, it was also the arrival of COVID and quarantine. And I beat out the competition because nobody else applied. The first year was a pretty small crowd. Me here talking into my laptop, Bruce Ruby at piano until he moved north, and Karina in the closet. I think we added the offering with nobody to pass the plate to, but we knew we would be, and we didn't want you to forget that part of coming to church. I talked to a number of colleagues in the North who worry about their larger church surviving. We are surviving. I think we are better than surviving because of the efforts of you three, Bill, Janet, and Ronnie, and the efforts of many others. We are a pretty active, small congregation. We want to be more so. We are working on that. Now, sometimes a sermon idea like this one dawns on me in my waking moments. If it is still there by the end of my first cup, I write it down and hope it brews. What dawned that time was the idea, feeling, do we really mean some of the big things we say in church? In order to really mean them, we have to be a good bit more self-critical. What does it mean when I say that? What is the behavior of mine that shows I mean that? Is there any? There used to be a saying in Christian circles, if I were arrested for my faith, would there be enough evidence to convict? Now, my favorite theologian on this subject is Eliza Doolittle. Words, 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 I'm so sick of words. Is that all you blighters can do? Don't talk of love lasting through time. Make me no undying vows. If you're on fire, show me. Show me now. The really big word we say here and want to be known for here is welcome. Welcome. We've all been to churches where welcome was not the feeling we left with. When anyone discovers that we are here, not all that obvious for the growing traffic on Central Parkway, but when anyone walks through our doors, we hope they feel immediately or soon, this is a place of kindred spirits. This is a place where I can belong. This is a place where we can agree and disagree, not too disagreeably. Erik Erikson, in his classic Childhood and Society, calls the first human need, the need of every newborn, acceptance, which means welcome. That human need never goes away. For humans to feel welcome, even for baby birds like that crane infant on the wall last week. P.S. On my Zoom call with old up north colleagues this week, they asked me my standard UU question, what do you talk about to UUs on Easter? So I said, I showed them a baby sandhill crane on the wall. Not too much response, not your awe. They didn't get the picture. But welcome for humans and for birds means something special to show them they are. I learned a lot from David Craig, whose name and love and funds are in this new sanctuary. He told me near his end that if you get families coming to church with children, great, of course, do something to keep them. But most UUs arrive, discover, try UU in the second half of their lives, because it dawns on them that they want religion to be about acceptance and welcome, and definitely not about divisiveness and judging others. I discovered a long time ago that my spiritual journey can mean a lot to me without a lot of agreement around me. And I don't know has been a more honest companion than certainty. Religions have thrived on in-groups and out-groups, the saved and the damned. Some we are the good people because everybody not we must be not good people. Even Jesus was a human with his own culture's inclusion and exclusion, at least a small part of it. Actually, he overcame a lot of the walls between Jew and Gentile and between men and women. But when he separated good deed doers from good deed talkers, he used the sheep and the goats. He was from a sheep herding culture. So when he separated the sheep from the goats, guess who the good guys were? 2 years ago, we were with a goat herding group in Oman, and the baby goats there, I think I had one of them on the wall here too for you once. The baby goats were as beautiful as any newborns I've seen in the animal category, just as beautiful. I was glad they were there just for pictures and not for sale, because my wife wanted a picture of one around her neck. When we say welcome, what does it mean? What does it mean to mean it? What behavior has to back up the talk? My soul searching can be a good thing. Anyone's soul searching can be a good thing and lead to change and growth. So we have to do some of that and ask, how can we be more welcoming? What can make that more than a nice word? Well, church is a place of aspirational talk, where we can choose the principles we still want to live by and can learn from others how to live by them better. Someone asked here recently, why aren't we more diverse? Why are we mostly middle to older age folks who want to be more inclusive, but the people we want to include aren't coming through the door? We've got to pursue that question to the best of our ability. Diversity in America is at risk today. We had our second meeting this week, a handful of us, and half of the handful were I and Truman. The meeting was about Project 2025, a well-funded and well-underway project to take back progress and to halt the march of democracy. We discussed how to get people to wake up about a billionaires-backed juggernaut coming for the freedoms they fear. Voter restriction is their answer, and everybody who can vote is our answer. So we were going to call a community meeting to defend separation of church and state. But would good folks give up a Sunday afternoon for that? So we went with something a little more alarming. Come and learn about the program underway to take away our democracy and freedoms. It's called Project 2025 because it is getting ready to change America and weaken or ignore the Constitution right after the November election, regardless of who wins. Look it up, Google it. Someone said we are going to be as ready as bringing a butter knife to a gunfight. Now, I'm not going to ask you who comes to church to hear stuff like this, Google Project 2025. I would much rather tell you about lines from Jesus that I'm still hoping will change me for the better. Lines like, "You've got to be more forgiving, Bob." Lines like, "You might think you see what others are blind to, but what about what you are blind to, Bob?" And that line, "Where your treasure is, there will your heart be also." It's getting close to April 15th. And I believe taxes in America are a huge problem. And inequality at the bottom, what the poor have to live on, and at the top, what the wealthy have to keep for themselves, are glaring red lights. We, the richest country in the world, in my opinion, won't provide food and health care for poor children and poor people in general. All that rattles upstairs, but come April 15th, there's only one Form 1040 I worry about. It's stuff like that I still want out of church and believe in church for. Stuff to make us more honest, more humble, and more giving. Speaking of my favorite lines of Scripture, you know I have to bring this up. Do you remember when the Reader's Digest, decades ago, tried to abbreviate the good book, and there was H to pay for tampering with Holy Writ? H to pay, I don't say hell because there are, young people here. H to pay by the evangelicals. That didn't sell well, a Reader's Digest Bible. If you call a writing sacred or holy, you don't edit it, it edits you. But a guy can come along and rebrand Holy Writ. Whatever you call your sacred writings, it's supposed to guide you. It's supposed to improve you. It isn't to sell you to gullible believers. I'm talking hypothetically here, of course. What I like about here, TCUUC, is that we get to hear others tell us where you find spiritual treasure. And we don't think ours is the only or ours is better than yours. I've said often, Eric Berne called that if not the, major mental game people play. Mine is better than yours. Beginning with my daddy can beat up yours, all the way up to my deity is the only real one. If you need to feel superior to others, nationalism and religion have been ready bedfellows. And wedded today, wedded as in Christian nationalism, they are the last thing the world needs. So yes, welcome. Let's continue to say it and work on together how to be sure to do more than say it. Now, I think this last hymn is a little easier. It's 170. We are a gentle, angry people, and it's 6 verses, but it goes so quickly. You'll want to sing them all, I'm sure.
I will play just a little intro so I can get this right, because I haven't played with Hollineer since the 1970s. And then I'll cut it out.
Let's all stand if we're able and willing. Please be seated. Now, after the closing words and the prelude, back to the other building, half of this building for our meeting and refreshments. Again, I'm going to ask you to accept a little challenge. Find somebody before the meeting starts that you've never spoken words with and ask them something. Learn something about them. And for that, I've got a bag of M&Ms. I can't seem to give them away. Got it. The closing words are from W.E.B. Du Bois. Now is the accepted time, not tomorrow, not some more convenient season. It is today that our best work can be done, and not some future day or future year. It is today that we fit ourselves for the greater usefulness of tomorrow. Today is the seed time. Now are the hours of work, and tomorrow comes the harvest and the playtime. Yes, I forgot that.